Hey, what's up, YouTube? Hey, man, I know I'm a little late on this NFL preview. I'm gonna do Raiders and the whole league together. I don't really have time to separate them, and plus, there's some weak matchups this week, so some of them we just gonna pass over. We ain't gonna really focus on them a lot. And before we get started, you see what it's about. You see. Go Stros, man. Go Stros. 4 more games, bro. 4 more wins. And we get that ring. You hear me? Hey, look, just so people can understand, right? This is the 3rd World Series we have been in 5 years. Now, all this comments about, what we have done, cheating and all that stuff, look, man, that's consistency. And if you think that's the only reason why we have been in these AL championship series is because of cheating, you're fooling yourself. If you think we made it to the World Series 3 times in the last 5 years, you're fooling yourself. If that's what helps you sleep at night, okay, so be it. But we build our teams from the ground up, and we have done a great job, and I'm proud of them. I am very proud of my Stros. I am so proud of them. So look, let's get into this football thing. So look, man, let's start off with the Chiefs and the Titans, okay? Now, this is going to be an interesting matchup. And I actually think the boys in Vegas probably have it as a push, or maybe the Chiefs maybe a slight favorite. I didn't look at the numbers. I'm not into that anymore. I used to be into that big time. I'm not into that anymore. But I would imagine they had them at a slight favorite, even though they're on the road. So that means they already given up 3. But I still think they probably had a slight favorite. I think the Titans are going to pull this game out. The Titans have been playing well. Their defense is it's sneakily good, if that's a word, right? They will surprise you, right? Their defense is okay, right? I think it's enough to slow down Kansas City enough, right? And I think the biggest problem Kansas City is going to have is stopping this running game. And I think the Titans are going to use that to chew up the clock, shorten the game, right? Keep that offense off the field. The best defense is keeping that offense off the field, baby. You hear what I'm saying? So I think that's what the Titans are going to do in this game. They're going to run Henry, and they're going to run Henry, and when he gets tired, they're going to run him some more. Because the dude don't get tired. At least I don't see him getting tired. Seems like he wants to get fed that ball all game long. And I think that's what's going to be the key to this victory. So I actually have the Titans. I don't think it's really an upset. I look at these two teams, I think that it's a push. Because Kansas City, even though they played pretty well last week, they still haven't gotten over that. You know what I'm saying? They haven't shown that dominance this year. So there's some issues they're working out, right? And this is a spot right here. I think the Titans are gonna do something. Washington football teams we get against the Packers. I ain't got much on this game. I think the Packers are a pretty consistent team. They're not, they're not dominant, but they just know how to win, and they're going to do what it takes to win this game. Washington just doesn't have enough. They just don't have enough to really compete with the Packers. So I think the Packers take this pretty easily. The Giants and the Panthers. Look, man, the Giants have issues. They are trying to work some things out. The Panthers, at the same time, are trying to work some things out, but they have played much better early in this season. And I think even though what his name, the quarterback for I can't think of his name right now. He didn't play a good game last week, but I think he can. This is a spot where he can get healthy as far as performance wise, and I think they're gonna cause the Giants some issues. So I look for the Giants to take an L here. Panthers should win this game. I'm not saying it's not going to be I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I really don't see the Giants really being highly competitive in this game. I see a double-digit win for the Panthers. And no shade. I talk trash to Giant fans sometimes, but it's no shade. And you know it. Giant fans, you know it. You just don't want to admit it, but you know it. Okay? So look, this game, we don't have to touch on this next game. The Jets and the Patriots, let's just move on. Okay? Can we just move on? The Jets are not going to be competitive. Let's just move on. Okay? Now, this is going to be an interesting game, even though nationally it's not going to really get much play, but the Falcons and the Dolphins, I think this is an interesting game, right? I think that the Dolphins have something to prove. They haven't been playing well, and I think they look at the Falcons and say, well, this is a team that we could actually get healthy performance-wise. When I say healthy, I don't mean health-wise as injuries. I mean healthy as good game plan and good execution. That's what I mean when I say healthy, right? But the Falcons, they're not, okay, let's be honest. They're not a very good team, but they're not just a slouch. They're not just a pushover, right? They just don't know how to win games at times. You know what I'm saying? I think this is an interesting game. I really do. I'm not interested personally because I don't have any interest in these two teams. But the fan bases are going to find interest in this game because I think both sides see this as a winnable game. And that's what I think makes it interesting, right? But I think this is probably one of the games that the Dolphins are probably show that they have a decent defense. And the Falcons have issues on defense. And I think Tua will probably have a good performance in this game. He should have a good performance in this game. And I think they should be able to pull this game out. But I think it's an interesting game for the fan bases, right? The Bengals and the Ravens. This is going to be a very good game. Now, early in the season, we probably thought it wasn't going to be. But I think this is going to be a very, very competitive game. I almost want to call an upset, but I think the Bengals are really going to have a problem with Lamar. I think the biggest key in this game is turnovers. If the Ravens could eliminate turnovers, right? Because if you think about it, the Ravens' biggest issues in a lot of their losses have been turnovers. And if they could eliminate that, right, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I don't think either one of these defenses can truly stop the other team. They're going to make stops here and there, but I think this is going to be, in the 30s. I think both of these teams are going to score high 20s, 30s type scores, right? And I think the Ravens, if they can eliminate mistakes, and one other thing too, Lamar Jackson doesn't have many back-to-back off games. Now, the team dominated last week, right? They really played well last week, right? But Lamar didn't. And I think Lamar is he's a very prideful player, right? And I think he's going to shine in this game. And if he can eliminate turnovers, that's going to be the key. Because I really want to call an upset. I really want to call the Bengals in this game. I really do. I want to take the Bengals. But after I thought about it, I said, no, this is the Ravens' spot. And Lamar specifically, this is his spot right here to prove that, last week was a fluke and this is not the player he is and he wants to play better. And but turnovers, that's the key in that game. Rams and the Lions, listen, let's just move on. Lions they just don't have anything for the Rams. The Rams are playing very well right now, and I don't see them having any issues with the Lions. I'll save the Raiders and the Eagles for last. The Bears and the Tampa Bay, right? I just see, right now Tampa Bay is playing very, very well. That offense is really clicking right now. And even though the Bears can do some things with their rush. I still don't see, because one thing about it now, if nothing, I mean, look, on offense, Tampa Bay is playing very, very well. If there's anything Tampa Bay is not doing well right now is on the defensive side. And I think that's mind-blowing to me, because I think that was the strength of their team, right? But right now, if there's anything that there's a question mark on this team, is the defense. But I don't think the Bears have enough offense to take advantage of that. And certainly, the Bears defense is going to have an issue, because not only is that line, the Tampa Bay line, blocking well for Brady, but they're also blocking well for this run game. And they are very balanced. It's hard to take one side out or to stop this team, because they could beat you with the run. They could beat you with the run or the pass. So I don't really see the Bears really being competitive in this game. Probably a double-digit loss for the Bears. Tampa Bay with the win. The Texans and the Cardinals. You got to feel like the Cardinals are sometimes going to slip. This is not the spot. Texans are reeling, man. I mean, this is not the spot right here. I anticipate a blowout. I really do. Arizona just playing too well right now. They're clicking on all cylinders. That defense is sneakily, is that a word? They are playing very well on defense, right? And a lot of people are so focused on what the offense is doing, and they not recognize how well this defense is playing. So I don't really see this being competitive at all. So let's move on from this. So the Colts and the 49ers. So I think both of these teams have issues, right? I think the only difference is that I think the Colts defense is playing a little bit better than the 49ers defense. And even though we're not really sure which quarterback is going to be playing for the 49ers, I still think the Colts has the edge when it comes to defense stopping their offense. That's what I think that's going to be the difference. So I'm looking for the Colts to take this victory, but they both have issues. It's hard to really commit to who's going to play well. It's just who's going to play well that day, because to me they are very similar. They are extremely similar teams, and it just comes down to who's going to play better. And that sounds like, kind of like elementary, right? But I think you understand what I'm saying. I don't think no one has a roster difference. There's not a roster difference in these two teams, right? I think it's an evenly matched matchup. That's what I'm trying to say, right? But I think the Colts they're playing a little bit better on defense right now. I think that's going to be the difference. So I'm going with the Colts on that one. The Broncos and the Browns. So the Broncos, I think we are starting to really see I'm not saying it was a fraud, but they wasn't as, I told Bronco fans, don't print them tickets. I told y'all, okay? So they're coming back to reality, and I think even Miller might be hurt. So I look for the Browns to, continue, playing well, right? And I think they'll take this victory, right? I don't really have an opinion on why. I just had a feeling that the Browns are going to play better and win this game. I think the Broncos just aren't as good as we thought they were. Well, I didn't think they were. How the media and how well they thought they were. And they're coming back to reality. And, they could come up and beat the Browns, but I really don't see it. I think the Browns take this. They need to take it because, that division is very competitive. And if they're going to keep pace, these are the kind of games they need to win. So we'll see. We'll see. I just realized I evaluated the game that already been played. See what I get? See, I was right though. Wasn't I right? I'm leaving that in. I could cut that out. I'm leaving that shit. That's funny as hell. That's funny as hell. But I was right. That's embarrassing. Anyway, let's go Monday night. The Saints and the Seahawks. That's funny. That's funny. Anyway, Saints and the Seahawks. So, I think the difference in this game is the Saints overall have a quality defense. The only thing that the Saints lack is they get good pressure on quarterbacks, but they're not getting the sacks, and tackles for loss. There are not a lot of tackles for loss, not a lot of sacks. But they turn the ball, they create turnovers. They play very well on the back end. They have good linebacker play. Overall, the defense is pretty good, right? And the Seahawks, now, if they can protect Geno could have success, right? But he's going to be throwing in some tight windows. Because I think what the Saints are going to probably do is play a lot of zone, not let them beat them over the top, force him to, be, conservative and precise with his passes. And if Geno is playing well, he can do that. I don't think he could do enough to get a victory, but I think he can make it interesting, okay? Because I think Geno is a quality quarterback. But what I also see is, now the Seahawks is not a shabby defense, but I have a very strong feeling that the Saints are going to really put up some points in this game. I don't know why I feel like that, but I got a very good feeling that Jameis is going to have a good game, and this running attack is going to do some damage. I predict the Saints putting up a nice number, a nice 30 spot. I don't think Geno is going to be able to compete and put up that many numbers to really compete in this game. So I think the Saints has this victory. That's my prediction, and I look for Saints offense to put up some decent numbers. I just got that feeling. I don't know why I'm feeling like that, but I just got that feeling. Okay, so the Raiders and the Eagles. Okay, so the Raiders coming off a nice high from last week. They played very well. They took some of my advice. Obviously, they're watching my videos. They took my advice. They started stretching this field. Okay, and I say that as a joke, and but I'm just saying they're using these weapons, right? And I think the key to this game is if they can keep the ball spread out and not focus on a few receivers, right? I think the running game can open up in this game, okay? Because if they could, like I said, if they can use these outside receivers along with Renfro and the tight end, Lord have mercy, I can't remember his name right now. Anyway, if those underneath routes, right, are there, but you have to stretch the field for those to really be consistently open, okay? That's just my philosophy with this team. I'm not saying that's a philosophy with every team, but the way I see this roster and the way this offense is built, you have so many weapons. Last week we saw him actually using Drake out of the backfield. That's another element that we had not seen early in the season. Let's continue doing that. If they continue doing that, they could put up a big number on these Eagles. They could put up a nice 30 spot on these Eagles, right? Now, on defensive side, we have played running quarterbacks fairly decent, right? And Hurts, he could throw the ball too, but the mismatch in the game plan for them is to use him, I think, moving the pocket and finding open spots where he can use his legs, and then being able to throw the ball when those linebackers start drawing in and looking to stop his running, right? And then finding spots over them in between the safeties and the linebackers, finding some routes in that middle section. I think that would be their game plan, but I don't think it'd be enough. I think the Raiders could create pressure with their front four, keep him in the pocket, kind of contain him, right? You're not going to stop him. He's going to make some plays here and there. You're not going to stop him, right? And like I said earlier, I've been saying all year, the Eagles they're not an easy out. They're going to make plays. They're going to make it interesting. I just don't think they have enough. If the Raiders continue to be aggressive, continue to go down the field, we need 4 to 5 30-yard passes. You know what I'm saying? We need to open this playbook like we did last week and utilize all these weapons. If we do that, I think we'll put up a nice number. And with that nice number, right, I think the defense can contain Jalen Hurts and contain this Eagles offense. And we can get that victory, right? That's what I predict. I think we go into the bye, looking pretty good, feeling good, okay? So that's how I see Week 7 playing out. Guys, have some fun with my mistake, man. I'm leaving it in there. I'm not cutting it out. I'm leaving it in there because that was my honest opinion, and it played out. I was right, but honestly, I forgot they actually played the game. And I'm looking down, and I'm looking at the score. I'm saying, well, hold on. What? It dawned on me. They already played the game. That just tells you I really forgot. I truly forgot. But anyway, enjoy it. If you can't laugh at yourself, what the hell can you laugh at, right? So look, guys, I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you got a laugh out of my blunder. And look, like I always in my videos, man, take care of each other, love each other, and guys, be blessed. Raider Kev and his Astros are out. Peace.